Episode 133.
We're starting now.
All four of them had gathered in the training room, now aware of the goal.
Right?
We've got a match tonight.
What match?
All four were stunned. How could Liu Hao, the vice-captain, have forgotten the match schedule? It's against Blue Rain tonight. As I saw, Liu Hao checked the schedule. It was indeed today. He'd been so caught up in the new server these past few days. I can't believe I forgot about the main event. In the rare practice sessions he'd had these past few days, he'd actually spent them all in the arena fighting that steamed Bun Invasion. The thought filled Liu Hao with a wave of disgust. Damn it. Hey.
Then we'd better come back after the match tonight.
Liu Hao hesitated for a moment, then prioritized the main task. At this time, it's indeed unwise to waste our energy on the Burial Grounds dungeon. Although Liu Hao was confident, he knew breaking the current record wouldn't be a walk in the park. Almost concentration is essential.
Yeah, tonight.
Seeing Liu Hao make the decision, the others breathed a collective sigh of relief. Zhang Jiaxing and Shen Jian, of course, were starting the match that night. Even Wang Zi and Fang Fengren. Even though they weren't likely to play that night, it was still a match day, and here they were, messing around in an online game. Wasn't exactly a good look either. The club would definitely criticize us if they found out.
What's the map for tonight?
As the five of them were leaving, Liu Hao suddenly asked. Zhang Jiaxing nearly toppled over. He quickly steadied himself against the table. The vice-captain doesn't even know which map we'll be using tonight. Just how out of it is he? That night, the 21st round of the Glory Pro League kicked off, with Team Jia Shai hosting Team Blue Rain at home. Happy Internet Cafe was once again packed to the brim on match night. Team Blue Rain is a whole different beast compared to last round's 3-0-1. Blue Rain is currently ranked second in the standings, and their spot in the playoffs is all but guaranteed. They're one of the favorites to win the championship. Compared to the second to last Jiaxi, it was like night and day. Team Jiaxi reshuffled, aiming for a comeback. Facing such a formidable opponent in the second round was seen as a major challenge. Chen Guo once again took her seat in the same old spot she'd occupied for years. Ye Xiu had already stepped outside for a smoke, and even Tang Ru had made a point of coming to watch. This was the professional competition, representing the pinnacle of glory. The match followed the Classic 3, Act Structure Singles Team, and the Climactic Group Arena. Playing on their home turf, Team Excellent Era seized the early advantage, using the map to their full benefit. They'd won 2 of the 3 individual matches, and the Happy Internet Cafe erupted in cheers. But in the following team competition, Blue Rain wouldn't be as wary of Sun Xiang and One Autumn Leaf as Team 3-0-1 had been. Blue Rain's star player Huang Xiaoshen was no less skilled than Sun Xiang, and in terms of experience, he even had the upper hand. And his account, the Sword Saint Troubling Rain, is a character fully capable of standing shoulder to shoulder with the Battle God One Autumn Leaf. In the end, both sides fielded their star players for the third and final round, holding them back as the anchors. Excellent Team took advantage of the map for a strong opening, maintaining the lead throughout. But after Blue Rain's Huang Xiaoshen took the stage, the tide turned. His sword cut down Excellent Era's number 2 player. Then, with only a fifth of his health remaining, he faced Sun Xiang and One Autumn Leaf. In the end, he still emerged victorious. The team competition ended with Blue Rain taking the 2 points, plunging the Happy Internet Cafe into a heavy silence.
Well, both sides performed without major flaws in this arena match, but in the end, Huang Xiaoshen's skill was just a cut above. He seized every opportunity that came his way.
The broadcast hosts and guests were commenting on the highlights from the arena matches. Finally, in the team battle, Team Excellent Era seized the initiative right from the start, putting them in a commanding position. The Internet Cafe audience erupted in cheers. Oh no.
A mistake, and a serious one at that.
The host suddenly exclaimed, Liu Hao's form is really off today.
He lost in the first individual match, 2-0.
But that mistake just now was unacceptable. Liu Hao is completely off his game today.
The commentator shook his head repeatedly. Another mistake, he said. The host was clearly at a loss for words.
I'm at a loss for words.
For a pro player, that move was a bit amateurish.
The guest offered a polite critique. The tables have turned.
How could Huang Xiaosheng possibly miss an opening like that?
Yes, Phantom Sword. Beautiful.
The timing on that Phantom Sword was absolutely perfect.
Sang Xiang's momentum is good, but he still lacks a bit of the seasoned edge that Huang Xiaosheng possesses. But we can still look forward to his growth. This match was a bit of a pity for Jie Shi.
Well, looking at it now, unless Blue Rain also makes a series of major mistakes like Liu Hao did.
The host was speechless again. Clearly, he didn't believe that was possible.
In the end, Blue Rain emerged victorious.
Finally, the host announced the outcome.
What a pity, what a pity.
The guest sighed with regret for excellent era. A heavy silence fell over the happy internet cafe. A moment later, the sound of curses finally broke the silence. At this moment, in the happy internet cafe, Comrade Liu Hao was the undisputed #1 in glory. His family received extraordinary treatment, with every member getting the concern and greetings of glory's most ardent fans. Such a frustrating loss, snatched away by a single mistake, was enough to make most die-hard fans lose their cool. Some fans were already heading out to grab bricks, ready to protest at the Jieshi Club across the street.
Damn, this idiot.
Even Chen Gao was looking on with undisguised contempt. At this moment, no one had any time for Liu Hao. Even his most loyal fans couldn't muster a defense. The blunder was just too egregious. Ye Xiu remained leaning against the doorway, puffing away on his cigarette. He watched in silence as the customers left, grumbling and cursing. Quite a few of them actually ran over to the Jieshi Club's entrance to howl and protest. Back at Team Excellent Era's club, after the match ended, the players sat silently in the locker room. No one spoke. Sun Xiang's face turned ashen. After shooting Liu Hao a few venomous glares, he stormed out, slamming the door behind him. The other players exchanged wide-eyed glances, stealing furtive looks at Liu Hao's expression. Liu Hao's face was deathly pale. He knew exactly how grave his mistake was, and he knew exactly why he'd made such a critical mistake. His focus had been completely shot these past few days. He'd invested far too much mental energy into that level 20-something berserker, so much so that when the match drew near, he hadn't adjusted his state in time. In the end, he went into that pro match with the same mindset he used for fighting steamed bun invasion in the arena and grinding the burial grounds dungeon. That would have been a miracle if they'd played well. Shen Jiyang was also preparing to leave, but as he passed by Liu Hao, he leaned in and whispered a question.
Captain Liu, are we still running that dungeon?
We're doing it. Liu Hao's tone was vicious and resolute. If he didn't grind this out now, there'd be no way to vent this pent-up frustration in his heart.